Hi, everyone. Want to welcome the Maya TV Festival. Hi, everyone. I would like to welcome the Maya TV audience, and we are filming from the Universe Multicultural Film Festival. Today, I am here. I'm honored to be here with Mr. Tommy Anderson, who, as you can see, is a Emmy Award winning and also an award winning a screenwriter and producer and actor. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for inviting me. And I love the channel. I follow Maya Television.
Well, thank you.
And,
Glad to hear it.
Oh no, when you're in the business, you always check out and see what's going on, and that's pretty cool.
Yeah, for sure. Well, can you tell us a little bit about your beautiful friend here?
Well, I was part of this production team for this PBS documentary in 2017. It was called "Take Me Home, Huey." The creator, a friend of mine, it was his idea and inspiration to help get this going. Dave Barron asked me if I could do still photography for the project, and at that time I was concentrating more on being a event photographer, doing or back scene set photography. I was really into doing that, and I said sure, and I went out there and I met the artist Steve Maloney, who at the time was a very famous artist, and Dave had gotten him a Vietnam veteran, a helicopter Huey, that he redid as a piece of art, and the whole project was to bring PTSD and Vietnam veterans to the forefront, and then send it on a nationwide tour where Vietnam veterans could come and touch a part of their past and have healing on it. It was a beautiful, what turned out to be a sculpture out of a war machine, wow, in which had all little paintings on it that Steve had done from different aspects of the Vietnam War, from Playboy bunnies to Shelby Cobra, wow, race cars. It was just absolutely beautiful. So I did the still photography, and frankly, I was just out of the hospital. I wasn't supposed to do anything, but I thought, I'm not going to pass this up, because they explained to me the importance of the project. Now, I wanted to be part of it, because in the Army, I was a helicopter crew chief on the same not the same aircraft, but the same type of aircraft.
You're an Army veteran.
Yes, I'm an Army veteran, and so it was near and dear to me since I flew in Hueys, and so.
And Hueys are helicopters. Army talk.
Yes, Army talk. UH-1, the Bell UH-1H Iroquois.
Wow.
But anyhow,
that's a mouthful.
that's a mouthful. Don't say it 10 times fast.
Right. I'm an Army veteran too, by the way, Maya TV. That's how we became friends.
Absolutely.
But I'm sorry. You continue, my friend.
Okay. Well, after that this was in 2016, I believe, and 2017 it was finished, and we went to the premiere in Palm Springs, and it was a beautiful documentary that went on to be with PBS. And in 2018, it won LA area arts and I can't remember the exact thing it says on there, but it won the Emmy for PBS on television. And I was just part of the team. I was, like we learn in the Army, there's no I in team.
That's right.
I did the photography, some of the still photography that was used in the film, and I also did a lot of the film photography that came out in a book that came out later through PBS about the making of the film and the nationwide tour. So I was very much an integral part of it. And I was given, by Steve Maloney, gave to me, who passed away shortly after I had gotten it from him. He gave me the first printed issue of the book.
Wow.
And had me interviewed me about the process that we went through.
Wow.
Initially, I hadn't received the Emmy. I don't know how that stuff works. You know, it's just they put in names or whatever. But I found out later that being on the production team, I could request a duplicate Emmy, or a duplicate, or whatever you want to call them. I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. And I told my wife at the time, I said, hey, I may never get one again, and this one I'm going to just have in my curio cabinet.
Well, let me ask you something on that.
Yes.
How does it feel that forevermore your name will be associated with winning an Emmy?
Well, it was put on my IMDb quite a while ago, and so I just thought it was kind of cool to have it there.
Kind of cool. Kind of cool. Maybe the understatement of the year.
And you know me, I'm a little modest. I'm a little on the shy side until you get to know me.
Yeah, and then he will not shut up.
Then I won't shut up, and then you're in.
But will you hold it for our audience so they can see? Is that incredible or what?
Yes.
Congratulations, my friend.
And I've gotten a number of awards for screenwriting and some other things that we've done, and obviously this is the number one.
Yeah, but you know, every part of it. I mean, how did you get started in this business? What led you to becoming an Emmy winner?
Well, I'm on an Emmy-winning team.
Well,
I know.
They're all Emmy winners. It doesn't take away from them that you are here being interviewed right now and you can say Emmy winner, right?
No, you're right.
So it's nothing against you, the rest of the team. All of you are Emmy winners. But now, your name will always be associated with being an Emmy winner. How does that feel?
It feels wild. I wish my parents were still alive.
Sure.
I mean, I really do, because it's like, it's one of those things that you could do. And my wife, Lydia, who you know, said, well, now you're on your way to the EGOT. And I go, I don't think
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
I don't think that's ever going to happen.
But can we never just be satisfied with an Emmy? I would be.
I'm very satisfied. I'm very satisfied.
So how did you get started in this business?
Well, as you know, after I got out of the military, I became a firefighter and a medic, and I worked in a rather large Midwest city. And one of my hobbies ever since high school and even in college, I took photography. I started out when I got out of the service. In college, I was taking drama, television, and radio, and I got into photography. And as it went on, I started getting more on the professional side. When I retired from the fire department, my whole goal was to just be a professional freelance photographer.
Mm-hmm.
And I was living in Wisconsin, and it's rather limited there, the seasons. And so I thought, if I really want to do this, I got to get rid of everything and move to where I can practice this craft. And
LA is the place to be.
Well, I did a little checklist of 3 places: New York City, which I've been to and don't want to go back; Chicago, which I was there all the time because I lived just north of Chicago; or LA. LA does not have snow. So it was like, that's where I'm going. My friends and everybody said, oh, you're crazy. What are you doing that for?
Then now you can just say, this is it. Okay, so forget them. How did you get started?
Well, when I got out here, I started doing photography. I was recognized by a couple at the county of Riverside. Their film and TV office liked my photography.
Mm-hmm.
And I started working with a great friend of mine, had a business, Michael Drake. He had Cowboy West Productions, which was out of Norco, California at the time. Mm-hmm. And he saw some of my photography and said, why don't you join our team and do photography at concerts and other things that they did. And so that's how I actually started. And I made a lot of contacts and friends through that.
So how did you make the transition from being a photo photographer to working as a filmmaker?
This is part of it. I got in there, and then a couple other film production companies said, hey, we really like what you did. Would you, could we hire you to work on ours and that? And what came out of it, Shar Yonan, Shar, she's a real sweetheart. She's also from Wisconsin too, Milwaukee, a film producer out here in California. We got to be really good friends, and that time I wrote my first best-selling book called Taboob Wind. And
what does that title mean?
That's just the name of a severe Islamic windstorm.
Haboob Wind. And people can find that on Amazon, right?
Yeah, right now the book is out of print, but it is available on Kindle and on Audible.
Great.
It was a bestseller. And they said, we really like this. We're interested in doing this as a film. And so we looked around for a screenwriter, and we had a couple bad luck with some different people because they couldn't realize my vision, my thought process.
Uh-huh.
And a really good friend of ours, Peter Dial, Peter, I'm sorry, Peter, butchered your name. Said, you're a writer. He was a child star in Hollywood, actor, director, producer, and he said, you have the creative mind. Why don't you learn screenwriting? We'll help you. In our group we belong to, Veterans of Media and Entertainment, which is, if you're a veteran and you want to be in entertainment, join it. And so I did, and I took classes through that. Kimberly Shielhammer, amazing filmmaker and instructor. I call her my mentor. They taught me how to do it. I wrote the screenplay. It won some awards. And after I did that, they had a background actor didn't show up for a film that Char was doing in San Diego, and she said, "What are you doing this weekend?" So I went down there. I played it. Next thing I know, I have an agent. Next thing I know, I'm getting cast in other stuff. And that's how it happened.
Wow.
I can't say a specific thing, but you know how it is. The next thing you know, they take your military skills and you become a producer.
Sure.
And you just kind of go with the flow. And I always look at it, when God opens a door, you can either ignore it or walk through it. I always chose to walk through it my whole life.
Wow, that's amazing. Once again, that organization that he was speaking of is called Veterans in Media and Entertainment, VME. And the writer that he was talking about, another friend of ours, is Kimberly Shielhammer. You can find her work on a Kindle Bella as well,
yes.
For Gallows. So anyway, what are you doing right now, and where can we see you next?
Well, right now, we just did a pilot in December. I believe it's for Amazon Prime. It's called Bad Alice. It's a dramedy, and it's really funny. I'm really excited to see the final cut when we go for the premiere. I just wrapped up filming Hapless Revenge yesterday, which is a Civil War drama. Mm-hmm. It was part of a 48-hour film challenge for the June 19th. And Philip Walker, the brainchild behind it, an amazing actor, cast me as the number 2 in it, and I really enjoyed doing it.
That's wonderful.
I've got some other screenplays that are out there that have won, and they're being looked at by some production companies.
Nice.
Well,
Tommy, please tell our Maya TV audience, how can they follow you? Are you on social media?
Oh my God, I'm on social media. I'm on Instagram, LinkedIn, that I can't keep up with as much.
Well, tell us about your Instagram. What's the Instagram address to find you?
Okay, Instagram address, either Google my name or put in T.M. Anderson Filmmaker.
Yes, and Tommy Anderson.
Tommy Anderson.
So it's Tommy, last name Anderson on Instagram and on Facebook. And thank you so much for taking the time to meet with us today, because we're in the middle of the UMFF Film Festival. And I know you got a lot of more people to talk to and photos to take. So thank you so much for taking the time to be here today.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Maya TV, for letting me be on your program.
Thank you so much. See you soon.
I do okay.